We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. I would like to remind everybody, please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There will be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your faces in the video. A reminder is that after the pep talk, please take the online learning curve evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like the one shown here. Obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for an RO Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. So the voucher is shown here. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Okay, ready. Ellen, would you like to share your face, Ellen? Ellen, okay. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower lay people or patients to take control in the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. And from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses. May 18, 2024 marks the start of year 4. So we're now on our 4th year of the RO Hoson Pep Talk. How long the Pep Talk will last will depend on our enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance, both you and me. My Pep Talk today is entitled Hypothyroidism, When to Suspect. Last week, we talked about hyperthyroidism. This week, we'll be talking about hypothyroidism. The empowerment objective is for the lay people to have an essential understanding on hypothyroidism, when to suspect, as part of their health management. The contents of this particular pep talk this afternoon will be what is the thyroid gland, when does one say that the thyroid gland is normal on palpation, what are the 3 scenarios or interpreted findings after one palpates the thyroid gland, what is hypothyroidism, so this week we'll be focusing on hypothyroidism, what is the disease process of hypothyroidism, what are the complications of hypothyroidism, when does one suspect hypothyroidism, what are the diagnostic tests, and what are the causes, and what are the basic treatment modalities of hypothyroidism. We'll touch on the 4 questions here. Superficially, we will focus on when does one suspect hypothyroidism. The disclaimer is that this pep talk will contain my thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations culled from my personal experience as well as reading from the writings of other health professionals, which I try to digest and cull and pick up what will be useful for our pep talk. Let's start with the first question. What is the thyroid gland? The thyroid gland is a gland that produces thyroid hormones. When you say gland, it's a part of the patient's body, the person's body that produces hormones. So you can have a mammary gland that produces mammary hormones. You have adrenal gland that produces adrenal hormones, etc., etc. Okay. So when you say gland, it's a part of the body that produces hormones. So for the thyroid gland, it produces thyroid hormones. The hormones is called thyroid hormones, and that circulates in the body, in the blood, particularly in the blood, and whose functions are to mainly regulate the body metabolism and promote growth and development of the body. So if it's not normal, if you don't have enough hormones, the metabolism will be abnormal, and then there will be faulty growth and development in the human body. So here shows the illustration of the thyroid gland, and then, as mentioned, it secretes two thyroid hormones. We just call it T4 and T3. So these are the inscription for the thyroid hormones. So it secretes these thyroid hormones, and then these two hormones goes into the bloodstream, which then are circulated throughout the body to control the metabolism and also to promote growth and development of the human body. The thyroid gland is a vital organ, meaning vital means that all persons must have, and then the hormones produced by the gland must always be enough circulating in the blood. If it's not enough, then you'll have problem. If it's too excessive, you're going to have problem. If it's enough, this is what we call euthyroidism, meaning it's normal. If it's the amount is in excess of the usual, then this is abnormal. We call that hyperthyroidism. If it's kulang naman, deficient, it's also abnormal. We call that hypothyroidism. The thyroid gland is located on the front and central part of the neck. Ito, sa harap, sa gitna. Okay. So, yung sa gitna, ito yung windpipe, the trachea, and then you have the right and the left lobe connected by the isthmus. Normally means the usual, pag kinapawi yung leeg, hindi mo makakapa. No? It's there, but you cannot palpate it. Okay. It's not palpable or impalpable, cannot be palpated except for the very, very thin persons, may mga payat na payat with thin, soft tissue over the neck. Kaya paminsan nakakapa yung thyroid because payat na payat yung pasyente, but it's still normal. But as a rule, pag kinapaan yung leg ng isang tao, isang pasyente, pag hindi niyo makapa yung thyroid, we can say that that is a normal thyroid gland, unless there are other associated symptoms that will make you suspect that there is a disease there. So usually, if the thyroid gland is not palpable, it is considered clinically. Clinically means by hindi through the lab exams, by examination, by kakapain lang, no? So it's clinically normal, at least in the anatomical structure, particularly in terms of size. So kung di mo makapa at wala namang symptoms, most likely it is normal, clinically normal. Iba yung usapan kung may lab test, iba na yun. No? So when you palpate the thyroid gland, and let's say yung thyroid gland is palpable, nakakapa natin. No? So there are three interpreted findings that can happen. Number one, as I said, yung mapayat na payat, it could have a very makakapa mo yung leeg, but still normal. No? Or slightly enlarged, but it may still be a variant of normal, or it may be the start of a disease process called goiter. Okay. If it's slightly normal, pwedeng yung mga lumalaki ng konti lang because let's say pregnant in women, mataas ang metabolism niya kaya lumalaki yung thyroid, or yung mga bata, usually adolescent, kung lumalaki sila, lumalaki ng konti. No? Okay. So usually slightly enlarged lang. Okay. Kung kahit at times, kung slightly enlarged, it will signify that the start of the disease process called goiter. Nasa early stage pa lang. Pag tumagal pa, lalaki na yon. If there is really a disease there. So the other scenario is that pagkapa natin, definitely enlarge. No? Okay. And then, enlarged means diffusely enlarged. No? Both lobes, as I said, the thyroid gland consists of two lobes, major lobes, right and left lobe connected by the isthmus. Kung the two lobes are almost symmetrically enlarged 2 to 3 times, at least 2 to 3 times normal, okay, or even larger, 5 times, 6 times, ganon, then we call that diffuse. Diffuse goiter means kabilaan malaki. Now, the other scenario, the third scenario is that if you have nodules, may mga bukol-bukol, which could be single or multiple, then we call that nodular goiter. Okay. So pag malaki yung thyroid, we call that abnormally enlarged, we call that goiter. Kung yung enlarged, diffuse enlargement naman, we just call it diffuse goiter. Kung may mga bukol-bukol, we call that nodular goiter. So importante malaman natin ito. These are the basis for suspecting it, kung anong klaseng thyroid goiter disease that might be present. So ito yung example of a illustration of a diffuse goiter. Okay. Ito medyo pale side of the thyroid gland. This outlines the normal size. Lumaki siya, kabilaan, right and left. Then we call that diffuse goiter. Walang bukol ito. Walang bukol, diffuse goiter. If you have such a diffuse goiter, may implication yan sa diagnosis. Later on, I will expound on this. As to nodular naman, presence of nodule, either single or multiple, ito. This is an illustration of a single nodule. Isang bukol dito. Dito naman, marami. No? Pwedeng you can have two here on one side, or you can have on both sides maraming bukol-bukol. Okay, this is what we call multi, kasi mas more than one, multinodular goiter. Ito nodular, solitary nodules ito. No? Ito marami. No? So my pep talk today is entitled Hypothyroidism, When to Suspect. I will be focusing our discussion today on hypothyroidism. So producing deficient amount of thyroid hormones will lead to hypothyroidism. Deficient means kulang. Okay, dapat wastong amount. If it's wasto, we call that normal, euthyroidism. Kung masyadong marami naman, hyper. So in hypo, kulang ang amount of thyroid hormones. So once you have a deficient amount or hypothyroidism, this is already abnormal, and we call that a medical disease, which should be treated. As otherwise, it can cause bad effects on the human body. The most serious is mixed edema coma. Okay. Yung sa last week, we talk about hyperthyroidism. Ang most serious disease is the thyroid storm, if you remember that. Okay. But for hypothyroid, is mixed edema coma. Mixed edema coma is a severe form of hypothyroidism that most commonly occurs in individuals with undiagnosed and untreated hypothyroidism, which are subjected to an external stress. So yung hindi ginagamot na for a long time, no, matagal na, so it can drive the patient into a coma. Okay. So features of the mixed edema coma would be the following: altered mental status, naguguluhan, confused, okay, and then to the point that maging comatose in the end. Then hypothermia means mababa ang temperature ng katawan. bradycardia, below normal ang pulse rate, hypercapnia, masyadong maraming carbon dioxide in the body, and then hypo in the blood, then hyponatremia, kulang sa sodium, and then cardiomegaly, yung mga complications sa heart, malaki ang heart, cardiomegaly, pericardial effusion, may tubig sa around the heart, cardiogenic shock, and ascites may be present. But tubig sa tiyan, ascites means tubig sa tiyan. So these are the features of mixed edema coma, which is the severe and extreme form of hypothyroidism. This is not common. Okay. What's more common is just a hypothyroidism without reaching mixed edema coma. If a mixed edema coma does not develop, then the untreated hypothyroidism can cause the serious health problems. Okay, kahit na wala pang mixed edema, you can also have problems in the body. Number one, you have mood disorders like depression. Ito yung pinaka-common na problema dun sa mental affectation. Then peripheral neuropathy, yung mga nerve na mamanhid, na masakit, increased risk for heart disease and heart failure, infertility, and of course, you can have a goiter. Okay. A goiter means may sakit doon sa thyroid. Usually, pwedeng malaki. It usually present as a diffuse goiter. Kung masyadong maliit naman, pwede rin. Kasi masyadong maliit yung thyroid, but it's producing not enough thyroid hormones, we still call that a goiter. As a goiter is defined as any disorder of the thyroid gland. So what are the symptoms of hypothyroidism? So we must know the symptoms so that we can we can use that as a basis for suspecting its presence. The symptoms vary from person to person. May include this one: chronic fatigue, palaging pagod; weight gain. Yung sa hyperthyroidism, we know that ang kabaliktaran naman to, weight loss. Trouble tolerating the cold, then joint and muscle pain, dry skin or dry thinning hair, heavy or irregular menstrual periods or fertility problems, slowed heart rate, depression, and an enlargement in the neck, usually called a goiter. So ito yung illustrations on hypothyroidism symptoms. As I said, the main cause is decreased level of thyroid hormones in the blood. So it can slow things down. Just remember that hypothyroidism slow things down. Kung hyper, it will hyper naman, yung speed things up. So symptoms will be the following: weight gain, decreased appetite, decreased temperature, cold intolerance, sensitivity to cold, bradycardia, okay, let's say mga 40, 50, mababa ang heart rate, hypertension, and then constipation, fatigue, depressions, impaired memory, palaging nakakalimot, impaired concentration, mental fog. So mental fog nakikita natin sa COVID, pwede rin sa hypothyroidism, dry skin, hair loss, coarse hair, brittle hair, and then thin nails and brittle nails. So in contrast, hyperthyroidism, sobrang daming thyroid hormones, so speed things up, okay, kabaliktaran ng hypothyroidism. So ito yung table that will shows the opposite of the symptoms. Hyper, weight loss; hypo, weight gain; increased appetite here, decreased appetite; increased heat intolerance, ito na, cold intolerance; tachycardia, yung mabilis ang tibok ng puso. Dito naman sa hypo, brady, sobrang bagal naman. Sa hyperthyroidism, because of the increased metabolism, you have diarrhea, and then constipation naman dito sa hypo. Dito naman sa mental status naman, anxiety, nervousness, parang palaging irritated. Then dito naman, palaging more of depression. Okay. And then sa hair naman, increase in hair growth. Ito naman, yung mga thin nails and dry skin. So based on when to suspect hypothyroidism, so based on symptoms, maghanap na tayo ng symptoms ng hypothyroidism, and any one of these can lead one to suspect hypothyroidism. Just one will be enough, but usually mas maganda kung marami. No? I have to say that dito sa hypothyroidism, ito yung mga symptoms nito are medyo non-specific. No? Kahit na walang hypothyroidism, you can have fatigue, no? Due to stress, mapapagod lang, no? Which talagang wala nang hypothyroidism, weight gain, marami rin walang hypothyroidism, tumataba, okay? And all of these things. No? So anyway, ang pinaka-reliable symptoms here will be you have a goiter, no? Usually a diffuse goiter, and then if you have any one of these symptoms above, no, then you suspect hypothyroidism. Mas maganda more than one. No? So to have a more definite or more certain diagnosis of hypothyroidism after suspecting it based on the symptoms and signs, laboratory tests of the levels or amount of thyroid hormones in the blood may be done. Hindi tayo sigurado, may suspetsya tayo, we just do a lab test. No? So the lab test usually consists of doing a T4, FT4, usually ginagawa, FT3 pwede rin. No? So ang findings dito sa lab test, mababa yung FT4 niya, so that will be suggestive of hypothyroidism. Mababa ang FT3, that will be also suggestive of hypothyroidism. So another test which will be complementary to this to the information that you can get from T3, T4 will be to do a thyroid stimulating hormones. Okay. So yung thyroid stimulating hormones, I explain to a founder. So it will complement T3, T4. Ang interpretation nito is elevated TSH. So you can see baliktad. No? FT4, FT3 mababa to signify hypothyroidism. Yung TSH naman mataas. No? Okay. And this will be suggestive of hypothyroidism. So ito yung hypothalamus pituitary thyroid axis feedback autoregulation mechanism. This is how we explain bakit opposite yung findings sa TSH sa FT3, FT4. There's ito yung starting point of the stimulus for production of thyroid hormones will be from the hypothalamus sa brain. No? So here the thyroid releasing hormones. Then pagdating sa pituitary is stimulate yung thyroid stimulating hormones. Then after that is stimulate yung thyroid gland to produce the T3, T4. Kung masyadong marami ito, then ang gagawin nito, ibababa yung negative feedback, means ibababa yung TSH, no? Okay, baliktad, no? Kung masyadong konti naman nito, mag-i-increase yung TSH. No? So it's better seen here. Okay. Thyroid hormones, no? Stimulate niya yung feedback niya sa TSH. Kung masyadong mag-konti yung thyroid hormones, and then tataas yung TSH because it will compensate, try to stimulate thyroid gland to produce more. Kung sobrang dami naman, it will suppress. Pahinto niya yung thyroid stimulating hormones. So that's the basis for the bakit yung isa mataas, yung isa mababa. No? Okay. So after suspecting hypothyroidism based on signs and symptoms, the following lab results can confirm its presence. I will just show you some of the possible scenarios here because maraming nag-order ng iba-iba, may combination ng package na FT3, FT4, TSH, yung iba naman, TSH lang, yung iba naman, FT4 and TSH lang. So ito yung mga possible results that can be seen in the lab test. Kung you suspect hypothyroidism, kung isang FT4 lang ginawa mo, meron kang decreased amount, or FT3 lang ginawa mo, decreased din. Kung ginawa mong FT4, FT3 without TSH, dapat decrease yung dalawa. Then, kung tatlong ginawa mo, ito usually ang ginagawa ng mga doktor, increase, decrease, depressed FT4, depressed FT3, and elevated TSH. And some would also just do FT4 without doing FT3 anymore, but with the TSH. So mababa ang FT4 and elevated TSH, then that will also signify hypothyroidism. Some doctors naman would just test TSH lang. So kung elevated ang TSH, then you suspect hypothyroidism. FT4, FT3, TSH as a package is frequently ordered by physicians. So if you are a patient nowadays, now you can see that yung mga ino-order ng mga doctors inyo ay FT4, FT3, TSH, usually tatlo as a starter. So, but studies have shown that it is usually enough to just order FT4 TSH without FT3 anymore para makatipid ng konti, hindi naman masyadong kailangan. No? Initially as a laboratory test. So, the reason for this, yung FT3 results will not be as reliable as FT4 kasi mga changes sa FT4 usually occur late, kaya they just rely on FT4 and TSH. Kung may question dun sa results, then they can add FT4 in the future. So, itong illustrations sa normal. Kung normal ang thyroid without hypothyroidism, without hyperthyroidism, you have normal TSH and normal T4. Kung hyper naman, mababa ang TSH, mataas yung T4. So baliktad. No? Okay. Dito naman sa hypo, mataas ang TSH, mababa ang T4. What are the causes of hypothyroidism? In general, these are the more common causes. Iodine deficiency. I hope it's not very common nowadays. Baka usually in the mountainous province, no, yung hindi malapit sa dagat, no, baka marami pa dyan. Iodine deficiency. Autoimmune disease is another category of causes of cause of hypothyroidism. Anti-thyroid drugs, pag pinainom mo ng anti-thyroids kontra dun sa thyroid, no? Laban sa thyroid, then sinisira yung thyroid gland, then you will produce hypothyroidism. Of course, thyroid surgery, pag inoperan mo, tinanggal mo lahat the two lobes or majority of the thyroid gland, you end up with hypothyroidism. Kasi it's either wala ng thyroid gland or kukunti na lang thyroid gland to produce enough thyroid hormones. Kaya nagka-hypothyroidism. So a lot of patients, and there are a lot of patients undergoing thyroid surgery, and there are a lot of patients who have gone into hypothyroidism because of the surgery. Okay. I'm not saying it's bad, but may indications for surgery. Radiation and radioactive iodine, sinusunog yung without surgery, without drugs, but sinusunog yung binaburn yung thyroid gland, it can produce hypothyroidism also. Yung mga pasyente na starting with hyperthyroidism being treated with radioactive iodine therapy, eventually they become hypothyroidism. Buwabaliktad. And then chronic thyroiditis, may chronic infection, inflammation, or autoimmune disease of the thyroid gland, eventually, in the long run, it will produce hypothyroidism, kulang yung production ng thyroid hormones. So what are the treatment methods for hypothyroidism? I just have a quick run on this. I will not discuss this in detail because our focus will be when to suspect hypothyroidism. So medical treatment, no? Kulang kasi ng thyroid hormones na pinoproduce ng thyroid gland. So we use replacement, okay? Replacement or supplement kung kailangan, no? And maintenance. So we use levothyroxine as a supplement. No? Kung permanent hypothyroidism siya, for life na ito, iinumin. Then iodine intake for those with iodine deficiency. Kung kulang sa iodine, bigyan mo na lang ng iodine No? Sana ma-reverse yung hypothyroidism. So, so basically, these are the treatment for hypothyroidism. We don't do surgery for hypothyroidism kasi pag inopera natin, no, lalo mag-hypothyroidism. No? So, basically, medicine is the one being used for the treatment for hypothyroidism. It's either a replacement or isusupplement yung iodine. So summary, when to suspect hypothyroidism. So basis for suspicion, presence of symptoms of hypothyroidism. So yung mga binanggit ko, mga fatigue, yung mga weight loss, weight gain, no? Heat intolerance, medyo non-specific, but you can suspect that, no? Especially kung chronic, kung intractable, matagalan, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, gano'n, andun palagi, hindi nawawala. Then you start suspecting hypothyroidism. And then presence of signs of hypothyroidism, signs usually the most reliable sign is a enlarged diffuse goiter. Pag may enlarged diffuse goiter siya, usually hypothyroidism, plus yung mga symptoms niya. Okay. So confirmation of the suspicion based on the symptoms and signs, you just do a FT4 and TSH. Kung depressed ang FT4, elevated ang TSH, then that's it. Most likely, 99% you have hypothyroidism. So that's the last slide for today. Summary and takeaway, I've discussed the following topics. Thyroid gland, what is it? When does one say a thyroid gland is normal on palpation? Pag hindi natin nakakapa, no? Wala tayong nakakapa, normal siya. What are the 3 scenarios? Will be diffuse, nodular, goiter, and then yung slightly enlarged, which could still be normal. Okay. What is hypothyroidism? Sobrang konti yung thyroid, deficient in thyroid hormones, kaya nagka-hypothyroidism. What is the disease process? What are the complications? When does one suspect? What are the diagnostic tests? What causes hypothyroidism? What are the basic treatment modalities for hypothyroidism? Takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on hypothyroidism, when to suspect. Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the 4 Ks of patient empowerment: kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, and kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on hypothyroidism when to suspect as part of your health management. This ends my pep talk today. Hypothyroidism, when to suspect. I hope I have empowered you to have an essential understanding of this topic as part of your health management. Reminder, before we go to the QA, reminder, please take the OLETE for Mastery of Learning and have the perfect score to get a certificate like this. Okay, I placed the link in the chat box. 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a free RO hospital medical consultation. Then a final request will be, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interactions. Please show your faces in the video. Okay. Phoebe, you want to join us, Phoebe? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. Okay. So the floor is now open for questions, reactions, pre-consultations if you want, and sharing of experiences also. Anybody? How many have hypothyroidism? How many have hypothyroidism?
Ano yun?
Sino? Perla? Yes.
Doktor, may itatanong po ako.
Sure.
Doktor, di ba operada na ako ng goiter?
Yeah.
Posible pa ba na magka-hypothyroidism ako?
Depende kung gaano karami tinanggal sa iyo. Tinanggal ba
Kasi,
lahat?
kasi pag nagpapa-check up ako, doktor, sa aking endocrinologist, ang lagi nakalagay sa aking, di ba, magpapalaboratory ako. Sana naman sa susunod. 3 months, every 3 months po ako nagpapalaboratory kasi, PSH. Nilagay niya diagnosis is hypothyroidism, dyslipidemia, parang ganun.
Ano na?
Sabi ko, hypothyroidism at saka dyslipidemia kasi kasama ang lipid profile kasi sa laboratory ko.
Hiwalay
Kaya
yun, hiwalay.
itatanong ko, posible pa ba na magka-hypo ako na operada na ng thyroid?
Number one, bago ka na operahan, meron kang normal, you have two lobes of the thyroid gland, na? May
Opo.
dalawang lobes, okay? Baka may mga bukol-bukol, na? Baka may sakit, may goiter ka, na? So, inoperahan ka, depende sa ganong karami tinanggal sa iyo, na? So,
Opo.
pag total thyroidectomy ginawa sa iyo, yung buong thyroid gland na tinanggal sa iyo, kasama yung mga sakit noon, yung bukol-bukol. So, wala ka ng thyroid gland.
Opo, wala na.
Wala ng thyroid gland, now, automatically, you end up with hypothyroidism.
Hypo na.
Hypo ka. Kasi wala ka ng thyroid gland na magpo-produce ng thyroid hormones, di ba? Okay? So, hypothyroid ka na after the operation, no?
Opo.
So, ang gamutan dyan, bibigyan ka ng thyroid hormones replacement. Okay? So, pag binigyan ka ng thyroid hormones replacement, hindi ka na hypothyroid ngayon. Naka-recover ka na. Pero you have to take the medicine for life. Okay?
Opo.
So, pero kung yung during the operation, kung 1/2 lang tinanggal, hindi yung dalawa, usually hindi ka magha-hypothyroid. So,
yung total, kaya naging hypo ako.
Oo, kasi tinanggal lahat eh.
Opo.
Okay? Pag subtotal na 1/2 lang, no? O minsan 1 1/2, no? Sa kabila, kalahati lang, no? So usually you don't end up with hypothyroidism kasi meron ka pang thyroid hormones na nagpo-produce ng you still have thyroid gland nagpo-produce ng thyroid hormones, no? So yung ano ba ginawa sa iyo total?
Total po, total total hysteroidectomy.
Okay, kaya sabi ko nga very common sa Pilipinas yung hypothyroidism because of maraming naoperahan, di ba? Usually pag na-opera, tendency is to remove as much, di ba? Okay. So you have a lot of patients with hypothyroidism induced by surgery. Okay. So after that, bibigyan ka ng gamot para makarecover ka from hypothyroidism. In which case, strictly speaking, hindi ka na hypothyroid kasi may gamot ka na eh. Okay?
Doktor, kasi kuminsan yung aking PSH, kasi yun lang naman ang nire-require ng aking endocrinologist na laboratory procedure. Yung aking PSH minsan mataas, minsan mababa. Kaya ang ginagawa niya, doktor, ina-adjust niya yung gamot ko. Kagaya ngayon.
Ang payo ko sa iyo, okay, you don't have to mention kung sino siya. Okay.
Opo.
Pero ang payo ko sa iyo, based on my personal experience, yung number one, nagpa-fluctuate talaga yung TSH mo every now and then, no? Okay. Kahit na may gamot ka, no? Nagpa-fluctuate. Okay?
Opo, minsan nagpa-fluctuate eh.
Fluctuate talaga, no? Okay. Now, number two, yung mga examinations, kung minsan hindi siya accurate. Kung minsan, I mean, hindi siya accurate in the sense na nagpa-fluctuate din based on yung mga machines na ginagamit. Number two, kung kailan kinukuha yung dugo, gano'n, iba-iba, no? Okay. So,
Opo.
ang nagpa-fluctuate, kung minsan hindi mo na malaman kung saan, parang naiinis ka na, di ba? Kasi palaging nagpa-fluctuate, hindi siya
Kung minsan
steady, di ba?
mataas.
Oo, kung minsan.
Mataas, insufficient naman yung akin daw, yung iniinom na gamot. Pag mababa naman, excess. Parang kabaligtaran ba?
Ang aking suggestion, you look at initially, tingnan mo yung trending, no? Let's say, ilang taon ka na umiinom ng gamot?
Ay, tagal na doktor since na naopera ako 1991 eh, ay 1999. Mula noon, umiinom na ako ng gamot na Eltroxin.
Ilang tablet?
1999 ako naopera.
Okay. Dosage.
Dosage niya, doktor. Ngayon, ang dosage ko is MWF, 100 micrograms. Tapos TTHS, including Sunday, 50. 50. Ganun ang ina-adjust ng doktor ko kasi minsan nagpla-fluctuate nga po. Kasi minsan mataas.
Gaano katagal mo na pina-follow itong schedule na ito?
Siguro doktor mga 6 months na itong kasi nung last na nagpa-laboratory ako ng TSH last March, April, normal naman na aking TSH. Kaya ang sabi ng doktor ko, ituloy ko lang daw yung ganon na pag-inom ko, MWF 100, TTHS including Sunday 50.
Okay. Before April, anong mga
Before doktor, basta MWF Sunday 100. Tapos TTHS Saturday 50. Parang ganon.
Because of mataas?
Because of, minsan nagpla-fluctuate nga sa mataas, mababa yung aking PSH.
Yung 10 years ago,
10 years ago,
10 years, kahit na 2 years, 2 years ago, meron kang iniinom na tuloy-tuloy na parehong dosage, let's say 100 microgram once a day for
Opo.
1 year?
Oh, ganun talaga, ganun yung doktor. Hindi siya straight na 100. Basta meron araw na 100, meron araw na 50. Kasi na-adjust nga po.
Wala kang, hindi mo na, so from the very start, endo ang tumingin sa iyo.
Anong una, 100 na araw-araw.
Yeah, okay, sige. Yung 100, gano'ng katagal nagno-normal siya?
Parang matagal naman, doktor eh. Oo. Kasi palagi akong, nung mula nung operahan ako, palagi din akong pupunta sa aking endocrinologist. Every 3 months na pupunta ako.
So with 100? With 100?
Oo, 100.
Okay.
Tapos noon, parang nung nag-fluctuate na yung aking TSH, ganun lang ginagawa niya. Iba-ibang dosage niya sa mga ibang araw. Yung nga, MWF, TSH, mga ganun. Parang schedule sa klase, mga ganun, MWF.
So you have your endo for since 1999?
Opo, 1999, total thyroidectomy ako.
Hindi, siya
Since
pa rin ang
then,
endo mo.
uminom na ako ng Eltroxin.
Siya pa rin ang endo mo? Yun ang tanong ko. O nagpalit ka?
Opo, mga matagal na siya. Pero alam mo, doktor, minsan nagpunta ako sa isang surgeon. Kwento ko na umiinom ako ng Eltroxin. Bakit ka pa umiinom? Opera ka niya. Sabi niya sa akin, yung surgeon. Kasi pinainom ako ng doktor ko. Alam mo, doktor, pinahinto ba naman niya yung pag-inom ko ng Eltroxin? Eh, ang nangyari sa akin, doktor, nung pinahinto niya, naging bloated ako.
Hypo, talagang hypo ka.
Opo, naging bloated
Bloated.
na parang lumaki yung
Ayun.
ano ko. Sabi ko,
Very good. Very good to share us with
sabi
that
ko, naging bloated.
experience.
Dapat huminto akong uminom ng L-Troxin. Naging bloated na parang naging hoarse yung boses ko. Kaya sabi ko, eh bakit naman yung sunod yun na yun, pinahinto niya, eh wala na nga akong thyroid. Kaya hindi na ako bumalik doon. Pinatuloy-tuloy ko yung pag-inom ko ng L-Troxin. Kasi parang naramdaman ko yung ulo ko ba parang lumaki, parang naging ano.
Bakit niya pinahinto? Hindi niya
Ewan ko
alam,
sa kanya, doktor. Eh sabi ko
hindi niya
kasi
alam na
noon,
total.
oh, sinabi
Pag
ko naman
total,
na total eh.
okay.
Pinainom, sabi niya, bak daw ako iinom ng iinom. Eh, kaya pinahinto. 2 weeks yun. Eh, hindi ko na inano dahil parang naramdaman ko, naging bloated ako noon. Eh, nung hindi na ako minom ng
Sige.
L-Troxin.
Number one, mali yung doktor. Baka yung surgeon nag-lapse siya. No? Hindi ko alam.
Oo,
No?
doktor.
Number two, yung sinasabi mo, nung tinanggal mo, nag-bloated ka. Okay? Okay. At least,
Opo.
na-illustrate natin yung sinabi ko kanina. No? So, magkakaroon ka ng mga edema, gano'n. No? Okay,
Oo.
bloated. No? Okay. So, remember everybody, pag may hypothyroidism ka, parang medyo manas ka ng pakiramdam
Parang
mo.
yung mukha ko parang naging konti na
Okay, going
napansin
back,
ng mga opisina ko noon. Ba't parang yung mukha mo parang gumanon, sabi nga nila. Eh,
going
bloated
back,
naman ako
okay,
noon.
going back to the old to the main issue. Kasi iba yung mga doktor, iba-ibang gamutan. Okay?
Oo nga po.
Endo, ibang gamutan. Surgeon,
Iba rin.
surgeon na head and neck, ha? Parang ako. Kasi ako, hindi lang ako nag-opera sa thyroid, ginagamot ko pa rin yung thyroid. Yung ibang
Opo.
surgeon lang, yung ibang surgeon, opera lang, tapos bahala ka na. No? Balik ka sa endo. Ako, iba ako. Okay? Operahan kita, gagamutin pa kita, ipa-follow up ko. No? Okay? Yung ibang surgeon naman, operahan ka, okay? Ipapasa ka na dun sa endo.
O
Okay?
yung ganun nga nangyari, doktor. Parang kita,
Okay.
bahala ka na. Pumunta sa mga ganun.
Okay. So yung ibang gamutan ng surgeon sa mga endo magkaiba. Ako, I don't usually give yung tinatawag na staggered MWF, then TTSH, ganon. No? Magulo yun eh. Mahirap tandaan yun. No? Okay.
Opo.
Sa akin, diretso na. Diretso. 100 microgram, then i-testing mo once a day, i-testing mo, kung normal, tuloy mo lang. Okay? Okay? And then kung kulang, dagdagan mo na lang. Okay? So remember that nagfa-fluctuate yung results ng TSH. Para hindi na magulo, no? Basta
Nagfla-fluctuate.
right na every year ka lang mag-TSH, no? Okay? Di baling sumobra ng konti. Let's say January, 100 microgram once a day up to let's say kasi ang test mo pwedeng 6 months, pwedeng 1 year, di ba? So you don't know kung anong nangyayari during these 6 months, di ba? Kung minsan tumaas, kung minsan bumaba. Pabayaan mo lang, okay? Pagdating dun sa 6 months o 1 year, kung nakita mo na medyo kulang, pwede mong dagdagan na lang. No? Simple lang. Okay? Wala namang masyadong side effect yung, let's say, kung bababa, kung kulang, konting baba lang. Baka the next day, babalik na naman yan. No? Okay? So, then, kung minsan, masyadong mataas, no? Wala namang masyadong side effect yun eh. Basta, after 1 year, after 6 months, 1 year, i-adjust mo na lang. Wag na lang yung every, sorry ha, baka magalit sa akin, endo mo, iba kami, no? So, baka, kasi, yung schedule na, kasi nagtanong din ako sa mga doktor sa US, no? Yung mga balikbayan, meron din naniniwala dyan eh. Basta, hindi yung mga, Monday to Saturday, itong dosage. Tapos Sunday, itigil mo. Di ba? Ganon.
Meron din ganun, doktor, no? Tinigil ko ng Sunday.
May mga ganon.
Monday to Sunday lang, Saturday lang ako.
Okay. Kung sa 100 iniinom mo, pwede na yun. Tuloy-tuloy mo na lang kung total thyroidectomy ka. Then after 1 year, pa-test mo. And then, kasama na yung pakiramdam mo. Kung pakiramdam mo okay lang, tuloy mo na lang.
Opo.
Okay? So kung i-rely ka sa mga magre-rely ka sa mga laboratory test, walang katapusan 'yan.
Hindi na
Sabi ko
doon.
sa'yo, walang katapusan 'yan, no? Every
Hindi
now and
lang
then,
ito marinig.
ipapalit-palit mo, maguguluhan ka lang, no? Okay?
O nga doktor pinaghiwa-hiwalay ko na yung gamot ko yung para sa Sabado, para sa MWF, para sa PPH, yun, para hindi ako maguluhan.
Okay.
Ayun lang doktor. Thank you po doktor.
So, sinong may experience ng yung experience ni Perla? Sino? Si, sino bang may thyroid dito? Belet? Ellen?
Hello po, Doc.
May
Hello po,
thyroid
Doc.
ka, di ba? O, akong gumagamot
Opo.
sa'yo, di ba?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay.
Doc, ang inyo pong finding sa akin ay multiple colloid adenomatous goiter.
Okay.
Ang findings nyo. Tapos binibigyan niyo ako noong levothyroxine.
Okay.
Kung iniinom ko dati ho ay 200, tapos 200 mg, tapos parang pina-ultrasound ko medyo lumiliit. Di pinabaan niya yung yung dosage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tapos parang nung ako laboratory ulit, parang may sumibol uling iba pang mga nodule na maliit. Di binalik ulit ninyo sa 150, ganon. Naging 100, tapos bumalik na ulit ako sa 150. Yun po. Akin lang pong napapansin ay parang ako may mga symptoms ng hyper. Kasi ako po ay maganang kumain, pero ako'y namamaya. Tapos,
okay. Tama yun.
tapos ako ay init na init ang katawan ko. Lagi yung feeling ko ay sobrang init, lalo na ngayon yung tag-init.
Okay.
At saka may joint pain ko ako. Yun ang aming
Okay.
nararamdaman.
So, tama ang observation mo. Medyo pakiramdam mo, hyper ka, no? Kasi, kasi binibigyan kita ng gamot, no? Okay.
Opo.
Yung sitwasyon mo, magkaiba kay Perla. Kay Perla, after the operation sa kanya, no? Yung sa'yo, wala ka pa ng operasyon.
Wala akong operation.
I think parang kay Jeng din yan, di ba? Jeng, meron ka rin, di ba? So, walang operasyon. Pinapaliit natin yung mga bukol-bukol. Kaya binibigyan ka ng levothyroxine. Yung ang objective noon, papaliitin. No? Yung kay Perla, yung pag-inom niya ng levothyroxine is replacement. No? Kasi kulang. Replacement sa kanya. Yung sa atin, yung sa inyo, ni Jeng, no, is for suppression para lumiit, no? So iba ang purpose, no? So since hindi ka na-operahan, bigyan kita ng thyroid hormones, we expect yung thyroid yung FT4 mo tataas, no? Parang feeling mo hyper ka, no? So ina-adjust lang natin to such a point na hindi sobra naman dami, no? Pero binabalance din natin yung response ng bukol, no? Okay. Kung di siya lumiliit, siyempre itataasan ko, baka kulang, di ba? Kung lumiit na, konti-unti ko na babawasan, no? Ganon. No? Okay?
Pero hindi ako hyper. Hindi.
Hyper in the sense that based on the laboratory, huwag ka matakot. Based on the laboratory lang, no? Okay. So, parang artificial na hyper.
Wala nang effect mo ng gamot.
Effect lang ng gamot yan, no? Side effect lang, no? Okay. Pero kasi pag tinanggal mo naman, lalaki, baka lumaki yung bukol mo at baka maoperahan ka. Okay?
Oo nga. Di lifetime na kung hindi na ako tataba. Dahil lagi na ito. At laging feeling mainit ang katawan.
Yung init naman, nagpa-fluctuate naman yan di ba? Hindi naman palagi, di ba? So, ikaw, kung gusto mong itigil, Gusto mo tanggapin na lumaki at
Ayaw
makaparami.
ko. Ayaw ko ma-opera. Kaya
Okay.
nga ako sa inyo nagpagamot, ayaw ko ma-opera.
Okay.
Oo.
So, any more?
Sige pa. Sige po,
Hindi.
Doc. Thank you.
Jen, ganun din experience mo, di ba?
Yes, opo, Dok. Same po kami ni Ma'am Benet. Medyo parang ngayong tag-init, parang feeling ko din, Dok, ganun yung ang init-init. Tsaka minsan nga nasabi niyo baka nasa isip lang namin, parang medyo sinasakal. Hindi naman po lagi. May pagkakataon lang po na ganun. Na parang, minsan parang pakiramdam ko sinasakal ako dito.
Psychological.
Opo.
Psychological niya. Malita mo yung bukol mo eh. Hindi mo.
Tapos po yun, diretso naman po yung once lang niyo po ako pinag-take nung bago-bago pa lang akong na-diagnose na may goiter. Yun nga po yung 200 na microgram. Tapos po, dire-diretso po ako na 100 na po.
Okay.
Nung mula po nung binabaan niyo sa 200, naging 100 mula po nun.
Yeah. Okay. So yun sa'yo, hindi naman every 3 months tayo nag-TSH, di ba?
Hindi po. Every 6 months po ako ninyo pinag-ultrasound.
Every 6 months pwede na. Hindi na kailangan ng every 3 months yung kay Perla.
At yun
No?
po.
So, okay. Any more? Sino pang may thyroid dyan? Any questions on the hypothyroidism? Violetta.
Yes, Doc.
Kumusta na yung thyroid mo?
Inaantay ko nga yung result ng TSH saka FT4, di pa dumalabas, Doc. Pero wala naman po ako yung mga symptoms ng hypothyroid, Doc.
Oo, mild lang, no? Mild lang ano mo. Because of your medicine, di ba?
Opo, kasi caused by the medicine yung pagtaas daw ng TSH ko. So, yun lang sabi sa akin, monitor lang. Tapos tignan yung mga simptomas daw.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another illustration na kasi si Violetta may gamot siya. Tumaas yung TSH niya. Na? Okay. Yung T4 niya, normal pa, no? T4 mo, normal.
Last month, normal pa siya, Doc.
Okay. So mild lang hypothyroidism, the effect of medicine, no? Pwede yun, no? So the other causes for hypothyroidism, sa ngayon, yung surgery ang pinaka-common cause, no? Yung mga may radiation, pwede rin. Yung mga yung nagpapa-RAI o radiation, pwede mag-cause ng hypothyroidism, no? Yung iodine deficiency, bihira na sa Maynila eh, no? Pero even throughout the Philippines, palagi ko bihira na yun kasi correct me if I'm wrong, di ba lahat ng asin ay may iodized na? Iodized salt na ba? Lahat ba? Anong asin ang kinukuha niyo? Iodized salt sa bahay?
Ako, hindi ako nag-iodize salt, Doc, kasi ang pait din pang lasa ko. Kaya ginagamit ko Himalayan.
Himalayan.
Opo, kasi pag iodized salt po, Doc, lahat ng pagkain ko mapait.
May asin na. May
alam ko ano effect nun eh, bakit ganon? Kaya pinalitan ko yung mga asin, yun asin ko.
Ganun ba? Pag iodized hindi na maalat?
Siguro dahil sa side effect, di ba? Dahil dun sa gamot na iniinom ko, sira yung taste bud ko.
Sa taste buds. Pero hindi dahil dun sa iodinization ng
Hindi. Papait lang talaga siya sa akin.
Okay. So, yun. No? So, palagi ko in the Philippines, marami pa rin may goiter sa Pilipinas. Some doctors would call it iodine deficiency, pero sa akin, hindi siya iodine deficiency. No? Yung mga, parang kay Cheng, may MCAG siya. Kay Belet, MCAG, multiple colloid adenomatous goiter, hindi naman iodine deficiency yun eh. No? Okay. So last time when we were in Zamboanga on a mission, ang dami rin. Zamboanga, malapit sa dagat, di ba? Ang daming may goiter pa rin. No? Okay. Any other comments? sharing? It's 3 o'clock. Now, if there are none, we'll call it a day. Perla, may sasabihin ka pa ba? Ha?
Oh, salamat po sa yung hypo, naintindihan ko na ngayon.
Sige, bahala ka na how to deal with your endo. Okay. Okay. So kung wala na, we'll call it a day. We'll see each other next
Okay
week.
po,
Next
happy
week will be
weekend.
another thyroid. Ito ka na yung thyroid, ha? When do you suspect thyroid cancer? Okay. Tapos na tayo sa hyper, hypo, and
Hypo.
then ngayon, when do you suspect thyroid cancer? Okay. Okay. Yan ang pinaka-common na issues lang naman doon sa thyroid. Hyper, hypo,
Hypo.
and thyroid cancer.
Ano na hypolexia? Ano hypolemia?
Ano na?
Kulang.
Hypo kulang. Pero hypo is actually, anong mas common? Hyper or hypo? What do you think?
Hyper.
Tinapay.
Maraming mataba.
Kung kasama yung mga naoperahan, maraming hypo. Diba? Maraming
Hypo. Hypo
naoperahan.
na yung mga operahan.
Because of the operation, nagiging hypo. Pero umiinom na ng gamot. Diba?
Pero yung hypo, doktor, sabi mataba. Hindi naman ako mataba.
For my experience, matagal yan. Pag hindi ka uminom ng, let's say, total thyroidectomy ka, wala kang gamot na replacement. No? After 6 months to 1 year, tataba ka na niyan. No? Okay.
1995, 1999, ay hindi mataba ako noon. Pero nung nag-retire ako.
Uminom ka na ng gamot kaya wala nang problema. Diba? Na-replace na.
Opo. Pag hindi po may inom ng gamot yun, okay. Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Okay. So, pero per se, hypothyroidism not caused by surgery, not caused by RAI, mas less common siya. Now, hindi ko na alam kung sa US kasi pag tumanda ka na, nag-hypo sila. No? Walang surgery, pero ang data sa US, maraming nag-hypo. Kaya after 50 years old, may routine check-up sila ng TSH, gano'n, FT4. No? So because of age process, nag-hypothyroidism. So hindi ko alam yung statistics sa Pilipinas. No? Okay. So, okay. So we'll see each other next week.
Okay, Doctor. Happy Father's Day, Doctor.
Happy Father's Day, Doc.
Happy Father's Day, Doc.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Salamat po.
Salamat, Doctor. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.